policy solutions that support developmental goals within the sectors. Having examined the content, scope, and legal implications of the host country agreement between the government of Ghana and AGRA, the committee is satisfied with the objectives, provisions, and potential benefits. The committee therefore recommends to this House to adopt this report and to ratify its country agreement in accordance with Article 75 of the 1992 Constitution of the Republic of Ghana. Mr. Speaker, so moved.
Any seconder? Honourable Member, yes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to support the report, the Joint Committee on Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration and the Committee on Food and Agriculture request for the ratification of the host country agreement between the government of the Republic of Ghana and AGRA. Mr. Speaker, AGRA, we all know, is a brainchild of a very renowned and profound Ghanaian. Mr. Speaker, ever since that was birth, AGRA has served and have been phenomenal to Ghana and all other countries that are hosting AGRA. Mr. Speaker, your committee assessed a lot of indicators whether the rehosting of the agreement is important to us. Mr. Speaker, your committee came out to find out a lot of things. AGRA has been supporting Ghana and our farmers on a whole lot and wide scale. Mr. Speaker, as we speak now, through the support of AGRA, we've been able to graduate about almost 20 PhD students in Ghana. Mr. Speaker, AGRA was even part of the brain policies of the Planting for Food and Jobs. Mr. Speaker, AGRA has been supporting our farmers, both directly and indirectly. AGRA has been providing logistics, the technical know-how, in a diverse ways. Mr. Speaker, when we go through a lot of the things that AGRA does for Ghana and the farmers, working closely with the Ministry of Food and Agriculture, Mr. Speaker, your committee had no other choice than to support, recommend for the House the approval of the agreement, host country agreement, once again in Ghana. Mr. Speaker, in principle, and with everything that the chairman of the committee have said, Mr. Speaker, I want to also associate and support the host country agreement approval and ratification by this House. Mr. Speaker, I beg to thank you and move. Thank you.
Motion moved and seconded for the consideration of the House. Yes, Honourable Member.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I also rise to support the adoption of the this report to ratify the host country agreement between the Republic of Ghana and AGRA. Mr. Speaker, during the work of the committee, one of the very important indicators of vetting such agreement that came up was the need to look at the financial implication of such an agreement. Mr. Speaker, and as you can see in page 11, on page 11, paragraph 8.3 of the report, it clearly states that there are no financial obligations at all, no financial implications. And in fact, Mr. Speaker, the benefit of this agreement is rather coming to the Republic of Ghana and farmers in Ghana. And Mr. Speaker, quite apart from that, you would also realize that AGRA has been in this country for several years, and its AGRA's impact in this country. Oh, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, AGRA's impact, in this country can never be overemphasized. But more importantly, Mr. Speaker, I want to take us to page 12 of the report on the global development impact. Mr. Speaker, the work of AGRA supports the sustainable development goals. For example, no poverty, zero hunger, gender equality, decent work, and economic growth. And Mr. Speaker, ratifying this agreement would only show Ghana's commitment to some of these sustainable development goals. And Mr. Speaker, it is based on these that I I will encourage the House to support the adoption of this report to ratify the host country agreement between AGRA and the Republic of Ghana. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity.
Yes, honourable member.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I also rise to add my voice to support the adoption of this report. Mr. Speaker, at the committee level, we saw that the presence of AGRA has helped a lot in terms of our socio-economic impact. Mr. Speaker, they have been in support from 2007 to date, helped shape most of our policies, about 42 of these policies. Mr. Speaker, just as the last speaker indicated, they are also looking at smallholder farmer empowerment, which includes our women and youth. And in our quest to have food sufficiency, Mr. Speaker, having them establish their branch here is going to improve upon our crop yield and empower these smallholder farmers so that they will be able to support the food security that we need. In that case, Mr. Speaker, just as my deputy ranking said, it is also been the bet of the late Kofi Annan, who was a founding chairman in 2006. And therefore, I urge that colleagues in the House adopt this report. With these few words, I so submit. Thank you.
Yes, honourable member.
Mr. Speaker, thank you very much for the opportunity and to add my voice to calling on my colleagues and the House to ratify this host country agreement between the government of Ghana and AGRA. Mr. Speaker, AGRA has been a household name in our country, at least their operations in this country has been since 2007. But, Mr. Speaker, just before I proceed, I observed that the report loaded on the console is not the exact report that is showing that it was a joint referral, and the report is the report to the House being a joint report between the Committee on Foreign Affairs and the Committee on Agriculture. So I invite the table office to reconcile that and make sure that the records say so. Mr. Speaker, just to add that AGRA has done a lot of investment since its inception, over $76 million so far. Mr. Speaker, AGRA's programs are aligned with Ghana's agricultural transformation programs and its agenda as well. Mr. Speaker, the challenges of our country that AGRA is seeking to partner to be able to resolve are in direct conformity with the policy objectives of the government of the day. Mr. Speaker, AGRA is making substantive investments in seed production and fertilizer production in this country. Mr. Speaker, AGRA is working with the Ministry of Gender, Ministry of Youth Development, and Ministry of Agriculture to be able to support in the programs that they are doing. Mr. Speaker, the AGRA is working with the Parliament of Ghana and these committees. The Committee of Agriculture, for example, is a direct beneficiary of most of the capacity building efforts and support of AGRA. Mr. Speaker, now AGRA is looking at an integrated approach where the Committee of Foreign Affairs is part of the support, Committee of Environment, and many other related committees are working on the programs that AGRA so support. Mr. Speaker, this ratification will be a clear expression of the government of Ghana's commitment to AGRA's support so far, and I really invite this House to go ahead and ratify the agreement. Mr. Speaker, as has been said by many of my colleagues already, there are no financial implications on this if we ratify this agreement, and I so invite you to lead this House into accepting and adopting, ratifying this host country agreement. It has enormous benefits for the relationship. It has enormous benefits for capacity building. It has enormous benefit for the transformation of agriculture and youth employment in this country. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity.
Yes, honourable member.
Mr. Speaker, thank you very much.
Right Honourable Speaker, I will adopt the submission of other members as if they were mine, but just to add to an important observation in the report. Mr. Speaker, the ratification of a host or the adoption of a report to host AGRA in Ghana as an international organization or as a non-governmental organization is without some identified challenges that AGRA's operation is faced with. The report rightly captures that in page 17 of 23. Mr. Speaker, the major one, which is within the remit of this House, is the report by Minister of Food and Agriculture that AGRA and his implementing partners regularly encounter delays in securing tax exemption for the importation of vital agricultural instruments and materials. Mr. Speaker, this observation by the committee brings to mind or brings to our attention the fact that much as we accept to host this organization, this House must be willing at all times to provide the needed incentive to address the bottlenecks to ensuring that AGRA works. So, Mr. Speaker, AGRA operation is couched or is planned around the policy of Julius Nyerere of Tanzania, where he came up with the rural agriculture policy, the Ujamaa policy, Mr. Speaker. This policy has actually led to rapid transformations of rural agriculture, and AGRA policy of village-based farm advisors is very much aligned with that policy. And Mr. Speaker, looking at the small-scale nature of our farmers, the many small-scale farmers we have, their policy interventions are actually those we need to ensure agricultural transformation in the country. The large-scale agricultural measures are not those that can help us. With the many small-scale farmers, all the way from Pusiga, all the way to Axim, Mr. Speaker, the numbers far outweigh the large-scale farmers. And without a policy like AGRA, focus on rural agriculture and mobilizing the people around smallholder farmers and introducing hybrid seeds for the production to... Mr. Speaker, the Green Alliance is mindful of the environment as well. And this is something that we have not even detailed in this particular chamber. The whole concept is to ensure sustainable agriculture, ensuring that our agricultural practices are climate resistant. So, Mr. Speaker, I am very much in support of our decision to host it. Apart from the job potentials, it is an opportunity brought to the doorstep of our farmers in Ghana. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable members, I put the question. Those in favor of the adoption of motion number 15, say aye. Those against, say no. The ayes have it. Honourable members, the motion is accordingly adopted. We now take the consequential resolution. Item number 16, Minister for Foreign Affairs.
Right Honourable Speaker, I rise to move that the resolution numbered 16 on the host country agreement of the Alliance for Green Alliance, the Alliance for Green Revolution, on page 8 be taken now. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Motion for adoption of resolution moved. Seconder.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to second the motion.
Motion moved and seconded for the consideration of the House. In the absence of any consideration, it being a consequential resolution, I put the question. Those in favor of the adoption of resolution number 16, say aye. Aye. Those against, say no. Honourable members, the ayes have it. The motion to adopt resolution number 16 is accordingly adopted. Are we taking item 17?
Yes, Mr. Speaker. Item 17 on page 9 of the other paper.
Chairman of the committee.
Mr. Speaker, I rise to seek that this House consider motion number 17 on the other paper. So move.
Seconder.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The Speaker, I rise to second.
Procedural motion moved and seconded. I put the question. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. Motion is adopted. We move to item 18, the substantive motion. Chairman of the committee.
Mr. Speaker, report of the Joint Committee on Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration and the Committee on Defense and Interior on the request for ratification of the Treaty on the Prohibition of Nuclear Weapons. Mr. Speaker, this report concerns the request for the ratification on the Treaty on the Prohibition of Nuclear Weapons submitted to Parliament by the Honorable Minister for Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration in accordance with Article 75 of the 1992 Constitution of Ghana. The TPVW, adopted in 2017 and entered into force in January 2021, is the first comprehensive global legal instrument prohibiting the development, possession, use, and threat of use of nuclear weapons. Ghana, which plays a constructive and early role in its negotiation and signed it on the day it opened for signature, has not yet ratified the treaty. The committee's deliberations revealed that ratification would not impose any additional legal or financial obligations, as Ghana already complies with the treaty's requirements through its non-possession of nuclear weapons and its agreements with the International Atomic Energy Agency. Mr. Speaker, the committee is equally convinced that Ghana's ratification of the TPNW would serve to consolidate its leadership role in multilateral disarmament. Hence, the committee's international credibility and reaffirm its commitment to the principles of global peace, human security, and a nuclear-free world. In light of the foregoing, the committee respectfully recommends to the House that it adopts this report and approves by resolution the request for the ratification of the Treaty on the Prohibition of Nuclear Weapons in accordance with Article 75 of the 1992 Constitution and the standing orders of the House. So moved, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, seconder.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to second the motion. In doing so, Mr. Speaker, the committee looked at the content of the treaty we are going to ratify. Mr. Speaker, and I refer you to page 6 of 20. Under the general prohibitions, the report, it's clear. State parties are extremely prohibited from developing, testing, producing, acquiring, processing, stockpiling, transferring, using, or threatening of use of nuclear weapons. Mr. Speaker, this is what your committee is bringing before you, that we sign this treaty. Mr. Speaker, it has some other benefits to Ghana and the House. Mr. Speaker, one of the benefits, it consolidates Ghana's leadership as a role in global nuclear disarmament. Mr. Speaker, two, it reinforces Ghana's existing legal obligation under other disarmament instruments such as the NPT and the Treaty of Pelindaba. And Mr. Speaker, the last one, enabling Ghana to participate fully and effectively in the development and implementation of treaties provision as a state party rather than in an observer capacity. Mr. Speaker, this treaty is going to give us some state party, not observer capacity. Mr. Speaker, what the committee looked at, and for me, I am very interested in, is the consistency of this treaty we are going to sign to the country's policy or international policy statement or policy position. Mr. Speaker, I refer you to page 14 of 20, which 10.1, consistency with Ghana's foreign policy commitments. Mr. Speaker, this agreement is consistent with Ghana's policy statement. When I read, the committee observed that the proposed ratification of the TPNW is wholly consistent with the Republic of Ghana's long-standing foreign policy posture and champions international peace, disarmament, and nuclear non-proliferation. Mr. Speaker, I think your committee have done a very good job. The ministry has also done a very good job. The Minister for the Republic has also done a very good job. And on this note, Mr. Speaker, I support the adoption of the ratification of the treaty for the prohibition of the nuclear weapon. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable members, the motion is moved and seconded, and I think we've heard enough from the mover and the seconder. So I want to put the question. And the question is that those in support of motion number 1818 on the order paper say aye. Those against say no. Honourable members, the ayes have it. The motion is accordingly adopted. We move to the consequential resolution numbered 19 on the order paper. Minister.
I'm grateful, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, I rise to move that resolution numbered 19, captured on order paper, pages 9 and 10, be moved now. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Seconder.
Mr. Speaker, I second.
Consequential resolution moved and seconded. I proceed to put the question. Those in favor of the adoption of the resolution numbered 19 on the order paper, say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. Honourable members, the resolution is accordingly adopted. Any more item? Yes, please.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, there is no item on the other paper at the moment. Just to thank the Honourable Minister for these resolutions that we have moved today with regards to the waiver. Sorry. Mr. Speaker, I would also like to thank the committee, the Committee for Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration, and also the Committee for Agriculture, Committee for Food, Agriculture and Cocoa Affairs. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, there is no other business, but I think we've been here for 5 hours. I believe, and therefore we are in your hands. Thank you.
Yes,
Mr. Speaker, rightly so, like the Deputy Majority Leader, Mr. Speaker, I understand tomorrow we'll be starting at 12. The indication I'm getting from the majority front bench. And Mr. Speaker, tomorrow we'll be expecting the minister responsible for finance to deliver the mid-year budget. Mr. Speaker, certain things that I cannot disclose on the floor, except that yesterday we had a closed sitting and many other things were agreed to. The majority chief whip was in the meeting and the entire majority leadership. So I'm giving them an indication that even though we agree to sit at 12, if the needful is not done, we will not listen to the finance minister tomorrow. Probably we will have to go somewhere and deliver his mid-year's budget. He can call a press conference and deliver it. Mr. Speaker, we will not be here. We will need to listen to him when he satisfies certain things that we have all agreed. Certain things that we have all agreed, he needs to satisfy it before we come tomorrow to listen to him, Mr. Speaker. So I'm calling on my colleagues that yesterday it was not the minority agreement, it was our agreement. Mr. Speaker, so Mr. Speaker, the chief diplomat, the minister responsible for foreign affairs, is drawing my attention that I should take it lightly. Mr. Speaker, as a whip, the welfare of the MPs are your concern. That is why you see me in certain tone, but I am guided. But tomorrow, the minister responsible for finance must do the needful before we listen to him. Thank you, and we support the adjournment for tomorrow at 12.
Yes, Majority Chief Whip.
Mr. Speaker, let me assure my brother from across the Atlantic Ocean of the well of the House that yesterday we had a closed sitting, joint caucus, to tackle some pertinent matters affecting the House. And we had agreed on some roadmap. And the roadmap that we agreed with the Deputy Minister responsible for finance have been vigorously followed since yesterday night. Today, he would have realized that I've not been stable in the House. It's just to ensure that those roadmaps that Mr. Speaker, yesterday he threatened us, and we took the threat seriously. So he need not to repeat them today. At the closed sitting, now you are taking matters from the closed sitting to open sitting. And so you are breaching protocol and the etiquette of the House. So those matters have been assiduously attended to. We want to assure him that the issues raised will be tackled mainly. The minister responsible for finance himself, a former leader of the House, and still a senior member of the House, here in his deputy. So we know the sentiments of the House. And I'm sure that yesterday when you spoke, the applause was loudest from my back. It should tell you that this was the issues. No, please, these are important matters. So the assurance is being doubly given, assurance double sure that the issues will be attended to. So tomorrow, let's have a very convivial atmosphere, very convivial, to do what we do ritually every mid-year. Let's hear him, and then after that, other matters will be dealt with. So, Mr. Speaker, just to assure the House, in fact, the Deputy Minister has just arrived. If he has the opportunity, he can reiterate the matters that he assured the House with, but we won't do that. So, Speaker, I want to assure my colleagues, the colleagues on the other divide, and your good self, that tomorrow will be a good day. It will be busy because we'll be launching the second Democracy Cup after the ceremonies in the afternoon. So let's come, let's be in a joyous mood, do this, join Speaker to launch the second Democracy Cup. Then we can have a good day. Mr. Speaker, on this note, I urge that we adjourn the proceedings for today, come back tomorrow at midday sharp, and to hear the Minister responsible for finance. Speaker, thank you for the opportunity.
Honorable members, I want to just add my voice in commending all of you for a job well done, and to reiterate an earlier point raised in this House concerning the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration. The protocols will have to be relooked at. We are now in a democracy. Parliament is an arm of government. I am not happy with how members are usually received, hosted, and handled by our representatives in these various embassies when they go on official assignments. I've had the opportunity to draw the attention of some of your officials outside. They still have that non-democratic government's protocols. That is not what is applicable now. And I think that they should take this seriously. I have taken it upon myself to be meeting them anywhere I go and to emphasize this point. And because of your busy schedule, I couldn't get access to you to let you know. I just came from France and I held a meeting with them on this matter. So please kindly take these concerns across and if possible, make it official for all of them to go by. And I myself will be overseeing and marking the various ministries. We don't want to sanction any person. With this, it's a word to the wise, and I believe it's enough. Yes, may I recommend leaders to have a sitting with my senior brother, the Member of Parliament for Commander Edina Eguafo Abrim, Honorable Samuel Atamils, for an advice. Leadership of the House. With this, I proceed to adjourn the sitting.
Speaker, we are guided. We will do so accordingly.
Honorable members, the House is accordingly adjourned to tomorrow at 12 noon. 12 noon. We need to finish, and as you have been informed, launch the second edition of the Democracy Cup. Launch the second edition of the Democracy Cup. Please. We will launch it tomorrow at 3 p.m. at the Justice D.F. Annan Auditorium. All of you are expected to be there. We want to make it grand and roll it out so that all your constituents become involved in our attempt to build a democratic culture in the country. These are all meant to not just guarantee, but practicalize your rights and freedoms in a democracy. So please, don't just ignore them, be part and parcel of them. With this, the sitting is adjourned to tomorrow as stated earlier on. Sitting is adjourned.